Okay, so from now on, I'm going to give you a random quadratic, and your job is to tell me everything there is to know about this quadratic. Okay, so start by sketching the graph roughly. So it could so when x is small, it wants to do this straight line. So start at 7 here. The gradient is 5. So guess it to be something like this. And when x is big, it wants to do this. So your quadratic maybe looks something like this. Okay. Um, but remember, it could look like this, or it could have just one solution here. Okay, or it could have no solution. So 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 I could give you a graph that will look something like this. In which case, you will have two solutions. Okay, or I could give you a graph that could look something like this, which has only one solution here. And the way you can tell is when you try and work out the two roots. If you have when it comes to the square root bit, if you have a square root of a minus number, you're you're not going to be able to square root a minus number. So when you have, say, the square root of, I don't know, let's say 13 in here, this here will be, there will be no solution. So in which case your quadratic will look something like this. Okay, it doesn't cross the x-axis. And if you have a square root of 0, then remember, you have a number here, and then plus or minus a square root of 0. Square root of 0 is really 0. So this whole thing goes. So here you have one solution. In which case, if you come across square root of 0, then your quadratic will look like this. If you have a square root of minus something, then there is no solution. And then well, here, if there are two solutions, then you should be able to find it. Okay, so given this graph here, quickly sketch it. Here you don't know whether or not this quadratic here has one solution, two solutions, or no solution. In which case, just guess that there are two solutions, and try to investigate the two solutions here. Okay, and don't forget, I also want to know this point here as well. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so the first thing you do is, well, we are only good at dealing with x squared. We are only good at dealing with the coefficient of x squared to be 1. So what you do, you take the 3 out as a factor. So this will be y equals 3 bracket x squared plus 5 over 3x plus 7 over 3. Okay, and then complete the square here. So let's do this here. Hang on. So we've got 3. Let's turn it into a square bracket and then bracket here. Hang on. And then what? And then yeah, we're going to try and complete the square. So it will be x squared. I'm going to need half of this here. So I'm going to need plus 5 over 6, close it off, square it, and then immediately take away the rubbish, which would be 25 over 36, and then plus 3 over plus 7 over 3, plus 7 over 3. Okay, and then close it off here. Oh, hang on, it will be like this. Okay. Um, so the next step is to merge these two fractions together here. Okay. So this will be, hang on, this will be well, times top and bottom here by 12. Okay. Then the two denominators will be the same. So it will be 3 bracket x plus 5 over 6 squared, and then minus 25 over 36 plus plus 84 over 36. Okay, now the two denominators are the same. We can merge. So this will be so look at this here, minus 25 plus 84. So if you look at your number line here, you start at minus 25, and then you've got to add this thing here, add 84. Okay, so you start at minus 25 and then you add 84. Well, I'm just going to get this whole length here, take away this length here. So in effect, I'm just going to do 84 take away 25. That will give me this length here. So what I'm going to do is get the 84, cut this bit away, and that will give me this length here. So this will be 7, 1 here. So that would be 9, 9, 5, 59. So it will be positive 59. Okay, so hang on, let me just jot this down. X plus 5 over 6 squared, and then plus what is it? 59 over 36. Okay, and then now this is our key stage here. Now, if we want to remember, if we want to investigate the two roots, so our graph looks something like this. Hang on. Okay, if we want to investigate the two roots, we would go in this direction, and then from this point here, if we want to investigate this point here, we would need to go in this direction. Okay, so but just investigate this first before this. Okay, just from experience, it's better to investigate this first. So let's investigate this first. So if you want to know these 2 points here, put 0 into the y. So put 0 into the y here, and then divide both sides by this 3 here, and then it will get killed off. But so put 0 into the y, and then divide both sides by 3. So 0 divided by 3, you're going to have this. Hang on, 0 equals x plus. Hang on, a bit ugly. Hang on, x plus 5 over 6 squared plus 5 fifth. Well, this one here. Okay, and then so basically what I've done is I've put 0 into the y, and then divide both sides by 3. Okay, so it would take me to here. Now take away this number from both sides. So this would be this minus 59 over 36 equals this over 6 here. Yep, square. What am I doing? Yeah, square it. Yeah, and then the next step is to square root both sides. So this will be this square root minus 5. This thing here equals x plus 5 over 6. You see here, can you think of a number when you times by itself, it gives you a minus number? So here, when you can't really square root a minus number. So here our graph, we know that it doesn't cross the x-axis. So our graph will look something like this. Okay, hang on. So our graph will look something like this. It will look something like this. Okay. Remember this part is this point here is, what was it? 5, I think it was. No, 7. This point here is 7. It has a gradient of 5, but we know it doesn't cross the x-axis, so we know there's no solution to this. Okay, so when someone asks you to solve this, how to solve this thing here. So when someone asks you to solve this, 0 equals blah 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 x plus 5x plus 7 here. When you're asked to solve this, there is no solution. Okay, but the other thing you can investigate is this thing here. What is the minimum value for y? So if you want to investigate this point here, then go back to our key stage. This is our key stage here. Okay, and then remember, if we want to investigate the two points here, we would go in this direction. But because we want to investigate this point here, we need to go in this direction. So the next step is to ask yourself, what is the smallest value that y could be? Well, if you you basically want to find a value of x where this whole thing is at its smallest. Now, the y is at its smallest. Well, concentrate on making this the smallest as possible. Okay, because this number 3 doesn't really change. This bit's really hard to accept. Now, if you concentrate on getting this bit to be as small as possible, that's the same as you concentrating on this bit, making it as small as possible, because this thing here doesn't really change. Now, if you want to make this the smallest possible, then just concentrate on making this the smallest possible. You see, if you put minus 5/6 into here and make this thing here 0, then the whole term will be at its lowest point. Basically, concentrate on making this 0. Well, if you put x into here, this will be the smallest term in the square brackets, but then you've got to times it by 3. Okay, so hang on, let me just tidy this up here. So far we've got this 3 square bracket x, what was it, x 5 5/6 squared, 5/6 squared, and then what was it? And then plus 59 over 36 plus 59 over 36. So far this is our key stage here. Now, because we want to investigate this point here, concentrate on making this well, basically make this 0 here. Okay, you can make that 0 by putting 5 minus 5. You can make that 0 by putting minus 5/6 into the x here. Now, if you put minus 5 5/6 into this x here, this whole thing here will become 0, leaving you 59 over 36 inside the squared bracket here, and then don't forget you still got to times by 3. Okay, so basically it will be 3 times this here, which will be 59 times 3. This will be 27. Carry the 2. 15, 17. So it will be 177 over 36. So this here will be your y value. So the y value here. Well, the exact coordinates for this point here will be something. Well, the y value will be 177 over 36. Okay, and then we still need to know the x. Well, the x value here is actually this. When you put minus 5/6 into this x here, the whole term is at its minimum. So at its minimum, x will be minus 5/6. Okay, so the exact location of this point here is well, this is the x and this is the y. Okay.